Many thanks to Phil Taggart for BBC introducing. It's Fabio on BBC Radio 1. Here till 4 a.m. this morning. Lots of great music coming up tonight. High Contrast is going to be in the place. We've got the Quiet Storm, your Facebook shouts, and we're going to kick off tonight's show with a personal favourite, Furney, Spyro, Gyro. It's Fabio.
I would like to scan all of you in this room, one at a time. I know that you've all been prepared for this, but I thought I'd just remind you just the same. There is one other thing. No one is to leave this room.
Yes, the sound of Furney and the track entitled Spyro Gyro. Love that track. Right, we have got a killer show tonight. We have got High Contrast, yes, High Contrast. He's not been in for an interview for a little while, but he's one of my, I think he's been on the show about 6-7 times. Great guest. And he's been really quiet recently, so it's been very interesting to hear what he's been up to. I know he's doing film stuff, been working on an album, but haven't got details, so it'd be great to see High Contrast. That's coming up a little bit later. I have got the quiet storm of all quiet storms tonight. I've got to say, some excellent liquid stuff, man. So check that out. I've got a bit of a cold as well. Standard. This is the 4th cold I've had this winter. Groove will be barging his way in as usual to show Invasion. And so much has been happening in the last two weeks since I've been here. So we're going to be touching on a little bit of everything. Brand new from Tango, a name that I haven't heard from in a while. Back in the day, Tango and Ratty, Birmingham's finest. Brand new, a track entitled All Fall Down. Big shout out to Jamesy's back in the house. It was no fun for James. A little, what was it, just over a week ago. When he was cooking a roast and watching the game. And it all went wrong. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1. track entitled Charlatan, Need for Mirrors, featuring Zero T. Good to see Zero T back making music again. Yes, indeed. Got the mighty high contrast. Big up to all the hospital crew. He's coming in soon. Big shout going out to Tony. Also big shout going out to Tom, to Josh, everyone working down the hospital. Wow, making giant strides at the moment. I think they're in the middle of the world tour. I'm sure Lincoln will tell us about that a little bit later. Got your Facebook shouts coming up. And got to big up everybody that attended the Milk Veg in Amsterdam last week. Myself and Ryder was there alongside Tantrum Desire. Also Basher. Wow, what a party. I think it was -20. The lakes had frozen over. The dance was jam, as they say. Great city, Amsterdam. And big up to everyone who went to Skankers in Bristol. Myself and Groove were there again. Big shout to Harry Shotter. Smashed it. Big shout to the Shadow Demon Coalition. Also to DJ Sly. Everybody that repped. Right, Lana Del Rey, Marcus Intalex remix. This is Total Wickedness. Straight after this, some Facebook love.
All my heart it breaks every step that I take, but I'm hoping at the gate they'll tell me that you're mine. See
Yes, time for the Facebook love. Chris Hope says, been a fan for 20 years, Melbourne, Australia, big up. Marcus Cobham says, Fabio, you should do a mammoth quiet storm to sign out. How about 60 minutes? I will think about it. Big shout to Brett Wilkes, who says he's locked in. Dennis Dabney, big up from the States. Adam Roadway, best show on Radio 1, keep the tunes flowing. Jay Bridgewater says, can't wait for the show, it's big. David Roof says, shout out to David Roof doing PE Revision, listening to your good tunes, cheers. And Stephen Achew, he says, can I have a big shout for Stephen, Sean and Dom down there in Norwich, thanks. Also big shout going out to SS. I know I was up in here a couple of weeks ago with the Rider. Been going now, I think it's 20 years of formation now, incredible stuff. Also big shout going out to Huggy, my boy. Got some flavours for you in the Quiet Storm real soon, sir. The Quiet Storm is coming up, I think, after next track. Brand new from my boy Vapour, proper gully business. And for those of you who are, sitting down thinking, you know what, Fab? I've had a few people say, what's happened to all the gully mixes? I'm going to do one next show. We're going to go deep and dirty. Anyway, brand new from Vapour. Check this out. It's proper gully. Send this out to Damien B. It's Fabio. We've got High Contrast coming real soon. The Quiet Storm, the Show Invasion. Let's do it. sound of Vapour. Wow. That is deep. My kind of beat. Sending that one out to the rider. I know that's you all day, bruv. Catch Rider in the show Invasion coming up a little bit later on. It's time for us to delve into the Quiet Storm. We're going to do this for about 15-20 minutes. We have a pack show, a power pack show tonight. Straight from the Quiet Storm into the mighty high contrast. We're keeping it moving. This is how we do. Is tonight's Quiet Storm. If you want details on the tracks that I played, go to the BBC iPlayer. Go to the track listings and you'll find the names, labels, the whole shebang. Track I'm playing in the background, Rocking You. Wow, Leon Weird, original. Proper rear groove business. This is the days when we used to go to blues parties and used to dance with girls at the end of the night. I'm telling you, man, I want to bring that back. The ballad at the end of the night, it's innocent and it's, I suppose we're not living in that age anymore, but I'm going to bring it back. Like at the end of Fabric, I'm going to put on Careless Whisper or something. Can you imagine? High Contrast is feeding me on that, man. But yeah, if you want to check out the track listings or if you want to check out the names of any tracks that I played tonight, go to the BBC iPlayer, go to track listings and you will find out the names, details, etc. Anyway, big moment because you know we've only got another 2-3 shows. And one of my most special guests over the years man I got in the studio right now, and it's incredible because me and Lincoln, or High Contrast, you know, first name terms, that's how we do it, man. But me and High Contrast, I remember, I think the first interview, he'd never even been on a plane. And when you see someone grow like that, never been on a plane, still got the same hairstyle though, but never been on a plane. And I think we had some crazy experiences. I think we went to I can't remember where it was, and we was in a motorway cafe and they did not sell vegetarian food, and Lincoln was absolutely starving. Do you remember that night?
Yeah, I think we were in Ireland actually.
Nah, man.
No,
we was in America. This was the States. Right. That's how jaded you've become. This is how rock and roll is. He doesn't even remember.
It's all a blur.
It's all a blur. I think it was San Bernardino.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it was an LA gig, and you just come off the plane and you was absolutely knackered, and they took you to a burger bar, which wasn't really what you wanted to hear.
I think that was a show where they tried to pay us with cheques. And I went up first, foolishly. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take a cheque. And then Grooverider went up and was just like, no, give me the cash. Show me the money.
And they tried to pay me with burgers. That's what happened. But how are you, man?
I'm good, yeah. Great.
It's been a while. It's been a while now. It's the last time you was here. You was just finished. I don't know if you just done the greatest hits.
Yeah, it might have been 2009 for the Confidential.
Yeah, for the Confidential, which is incredible to think you've had a best of album out 3 years ago, which is incredible, man. But what have you been doing in the last? What you been up to, man? Because I know you've been busy gigging and stuff like that, but what else have you been up to? Because I know you're a busy man.
Yeah, I mean, the whole DJing, you know, it kind of takes over your life somewhat. Absolutely. But I kind of wanted to take a little step back from production after kind of doing the 3 albums and then the kind of greatest hits thing. And yeah, I didn't want to just roll out another album straight away. I kind of wanted to take a step back, work on some other projects, you know, some of my film ideas and stuff, because everyone knows, you know, I'm kind of banging to my films and filmmaking, make some music videos, and then really just kind of allow the new album to come along kind of organically and not be something that I was kind of forcing, you know, that it's really just the music that was kind of in me that I had to kind of get out, you know, and you've just got to wait until you're in that kind of zone where it happens very naturally.
You know what, it's funny, since 2009 I think music has gone through more changes in the last 3 years than it has maybe in the last 3 decades. I mean, so much has changed. The grounds has shifted and is, I don't know, like I think people are a lot more independent, people are a lot more willing to do what they want to do, and not so much pander to the record companies. I think, you know, we've reclaimed music to a degree. I think there's a lot of interesting things happening. How do you cope with the changes, man? I mean, you know, you're coming from like kind of like near the birth of drum and bass and the whole 90s thing, and things have changed so much. Have you found it hard to cope with the changes?
I mean, it's great being part of Hospital Records because, you know, they've got their whole kind of niche thing going on, and, you know, we've got like a tribal following.
Absolutely,
and
incredible.
You know, we can kind of operate outside of the mainstream, you know, major label scenario. You know, so that is great to have that kind of platform, and they're the kind of label that, you know, they don't put any pressure on me to make certain kinds of tunes or you know, to tick any kinds of boxes. They really kind of give me the artistic freedom that I want, and I think that, you know, that it's proved to be successful. You know, that kind of format of just letting the artist dictate how things go with their music.
Well, I think you especially, because you're very I think you've got to, because there's not a formula to what you do, and there never has been. I mean, even back in the day, you'd give me Make It Tonight, and then Music Is Everything, and you know, everything would sound different, and you'd give it a kind of completely different kind of gloss on the next tune you did. So I think, you know, freedom, and plus as well, of course, you've been there from the very start of the whole hospital revolution. You've seen it grow, and I think, you know, you are probably the flagship name on Hospital Records. But what are you feeling outside of, what are you listening to? Because I know you've got very extreme taste. I know I've heard you on Rob the Bank show and stuff like that. And I know you're listening to some deep out of there stuff, man. So what are you feeling at the moment?
Whilst making this new album,
come and tell me. I can't wait to hear.
I've mostly been listening to classical music.
Okay. And what are we talking? Bach or Verdi?
I love Bach. But I think I was trying to channel, you know, the kind of religious music that you had back then, you know, like Mozart's Requiem and things like that just had this kind of epic religiosity to it, you know, and I'm trying to make my own modern secular answer to that. I don't know if anyone's going to get that when they listen to the album, but that's where my head was. What?
You've tried to explain it, which, you know, you've gone some way to doing that, but, you know, we are going to talk about the what is it? Religiosity. You just made up a word, Lincoln, that I can't even kind of pronounce. But we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to go back now, though. We're going to go back to, man, you've got so much high points, man. This is a real high point, man. We're going to play Music Is Everything, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about this tune, because I remember getting this tune from you, and you was kind of like, Fab, I've done this little piano thing. It's really personal. And this tune still sounds so personal, man.
Yeah.
Did this come out? This came out on Hospital, right?
Yeah, this was on the first album.
This was
Colours.
on the first album. Yeah. And this was at a certain place in your life, man. You was it was just starting to happen for you.
Yeah, that's it. And I remember you playing this on this show.
Yeah, for real?
Back
for real?
in like, I guess 2001-ish. And you played it alongside Shy FX, Shake Your Body.
Incredible.
And Just Wanna Be Carlito and Addiction.
And I think LK as well.
And you were saying these are the tunes that are kind of set in the tone of liquid funk at the moment.
Incredible, isn't it? And now we can look back 11 years on, and these tunes still sound amazing and epic and wonderful and beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about this music, you never know. We have got High Contrast. Really, really good to see High Contrast. Great to have him in here. Back in Time, beautiful track. Music Is Everything. Indeed. We still have the Show Invasion.
Bring that back, that's a big tune right there.
So good hearing that. That is High Contrast featuring Dion. Music is everything. Do you remember PAing that?
Yeah. At Herbal.
Yeah, Herbal, man. Wow.
Yeah.
She done a great job on that tune.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, listen, we were talking in the break about Aperture down in your hometown.
Yeah, Aperture in the Welsh Club in Cardiff.
Man, you've got to give him love.
Yeah, definitely. Going a long time.
Yeah, man. Big shout to Dan. Anyway, listen, man. Let's talk film.
Okay, yeah.
Because we have the deepest discussion about film.
Yeah.
About Argento and all the great 70s directors.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to? What have you been watching? Anything what do you think about last 2011 as a year for film?
I think it was a great year for film.
Yeah, man.
You know, I think Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Great film.
Fantastic. You know, it's great that there's like a kind of intelligent, well-made,
well acted, well thought out.
Yeah, it's just an all-round, you know, kind of classy movie. But then, you know, Tree of Life I loved as well, you know, which it's great that a film's so kind of divisive.
Yeah.
Because when I went to see it, a lot of people walked out of the movie. Yeah, but then at the end of the movie, the people that stayed burst into applause. Now, I've never seen that in a cinema before. So the fact that like a Brad Pitt movie in a multiplex can have that effect.
That effect.
You know?
But the great thing about Brad Pitt is he's not your kind of like he's a bit like Johnny Depp. He just makes films he wants to make. You know, he's working with the great Terrence Malick as well, which is, you know, he's an incredible director. You know, Badlands and you know, all those great films. And I tell you what, right, I'm going to go deep. I tell you a deep Terrence Malick film, The Year of the Dragon.
The Year of the Dragon?
He's made a film called The Year of the Dragon with Mickey Rourke, man. Check it out. That
really?
Film.
I don't think that was Terrence Malick. Not wanting to contradict you.
Really? Who made The Year of the Dragon? Right,
that was Michael Cimino.
Oh yeah, you see what I mean? I can't mess with this guy.
Who made The Deer Hunter?
Yes, that's right. I was close though.
Yeah.
Right, we're losing everybody now. I think we should talk about the new Avengers or something.
Yeah, let's pull it back.
Yeah, let's put it back.
Talk about dubstep.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, last week, a massive moment for electronic music.
Yeah.
And let's get this straight, man. You know, Skrillex winning 3 Grammys is a major moment in electronic music.
Yeah.
And it's funny because over the weekend I was with Mala. I came back on a flight with him from Amsterdam, and I've seen Magnetic Man and a lot of the guys. And it's they're not distancing themselves from the whole Skrillex thing, but there is a completely different movement going on. What do you think about the whole? Because it is an incredible phenomena. I mean, the guy's 23. He's not been around a long time. He grew up listening to rock music.
Yeah,
and he's come along, and he's I've never seen anybody achieve what he's achieved so quickly, man. What's your take on it?
Well, I think dubstep has been fantastic for electronic dance music in general, and especially drum and bass. You know, I think it's really kind of re-energized the scene. But it's also been particularly good for America. I mean, the way America's embraced dubstep,
it's incredible.
They've really kind of turned it into their own thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't know, maybe it needs another name for its own kind of genre now, but it feels almost like in the UK people are kind of looking a little bit beyond dubstep or kind of I don't know, a lot of people say about like post dubstep or future garage or what have you, but in America they've really embraced it, you know, and that's great because drum and bass never really took off fully over there. So it's great that they've got such a strong electronic scene going on now. I
think you're right. Drum and bass had its moments.
Yeah.
In a much more smaller context. It just, as you said, going through to the mainstream, it didn't quite happen.
Yeah.
I think on the underground, kids were excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
And they had their own take with Diesel Boy and guys like that, Hive, and they were doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And they do tend to take it and make it their own. You're very right, because I went to Forward a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't hear any dubstep in there.
Wow.
It was all kind of like future garage, old garage, and Moonbathon and all that kind of weird steppy stuff, which is interesting because it you know, this is. I sat down, I spoke to Mallow. This guy's from South London. It was kind of born in South London, in Croydon of all places.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And now it's at the Grammys.
And now it's at the Grammys, man. And you know, these guys started out in a little record shop, and they started doing their thing. But now it's kind of like, you know, with drum and bass, you know, the guys that lead it, when it starts changing a little bit too much, they tend to either move in another direction or keep on doing what they actually believe is the right way to do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without them dissing it, they just think, well, maybe it isn't dubstep. And as you said, maybe they should rename it and call it something else. I mean,
yeah, but you know, I think kind of true artists are never really defined by their genre anyway.
Absolutely.
You become a genre unto yourself.
Absolutely,
so,
man.
You know, Skrillex has got his own sound going on. Magnetic Man totally got their own thing going on.
Yep.
And I think, you know, you look at people like Daft Punk or the Chemical Brothers, it's the artists that stand out are the ones that kind of transcend their genre and just become an act in their own right that people are into.
You're right, because it's even with our music, you look back, it's Photech, it's Crust, it's you know, Dillinger, it's Caliber, it's all these guys that they've defined their own moments in that genre. But anyway, listen, we move on. We're gonna play the first track from the new album. Agony and Ecstasy. Love the cover, amazing cover. Tell us about this track.
This is the current single and the title track of the album, and it felt like the kind of most high contrast phrase I could come up with there, the agony and the ecstasy. But it became kind of prophetic in making the album because although there's the ecstasy you get when you finish a track, getting to that finishing point did become quite agonizing. And I think especially for Hospital Records, waiting 5 years for the album.
I know, but man, you know what? Sometimes things are worth the wait, man.
Hopefully, yeah.
The first track we're going to play from a brand new high contrast album. We've all been waiting for it. The Agony and the Ecstasy. Nigga's going to be here.
I thought I knew what I wanted.
Brand new.
Till the day I met you.
Instead, and he told me that
everything I never knew I needed.
Stuff, man. When's the album coming out?
February 27th.
So what any tours coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, we're doing the first kind of hospitality tour of America.
It's the first time Hospital have toured America, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we've been out there kind of on our own just as DJs, but this is the first kind of proper hospitality tour, and it'll be me, Netsky, and Cameron Crooked with Dynamite MC.
Wow, listen, man, Dynamite. I tell you what, not only is he a lovely guy, he's such a good MC.
He's got such stage presence.
He's got such stage presence. You know, the girls love him, and he always, detracts the attention away from me all the time. You know what I'm saying? But he's such a good. You can hear what he's saying and you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, So how many dates are you doing out there?
I think we're doing about 12 dates. You know, it'll be a kind of hectic tour, different city every day. I think we're doing, Boston, Miami, South by Southwest, Beyond Wonderland in LA.
Incredible.
And then Toronto. A whole bunch. So I'm excited for that.
You know, it's really funny about touring the States that, you go to all these wonderful places, and the States is such, you don't realise until you go there how diverse and how huge America is, and how different one state is from another.
Yeah.
Have you ever spent time out there and actually kind of chilled out and travelled? You have done that, yeah?
Yeah. I think of
I would love to do
America as like a kind of theme park, where each state is like a different ride in a way,
real.
It's got its own flavour.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, the other kind of big shows are March the 3rd in Cardiff at the Student Union. That is going to be the official album launch.
Absolutely, that's like, going back home, man.
Yeah, and then at the start of April, we're back at Brixton Academy.
Incredible.
Which,
that is just one incredible show.
Yeah, and I mean, the journey of Hospital Records there, that we started off in Herbal with like 200 people. And now Brixton Academy.
Not only that, I remember being with Chris and Tony Coleman at a gig in Holland, and basically they just brought out I think their first single, Songs in the Key of Knife, and we was all talking about music and stuff like that, and then, as you said, they done Herbal, which, to all intents and purposes wasn't always busy. You know what I'm saying? I went in there a couple of times and it was rammed, but not always. You would never have thought going from Herbal to now doing the Academy and walking it, really, the Academy now. I mean, it's not easy street, but it is rammed to the rafters every single time. And I told Tony, I played at Brixton Academy in the Acid House days in the 80s. And that night, the first night Hospital done Brixton Academy, that is the most busy I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And the show was just incredible. It must be great playing on those shows, man.
Yeah, and I love those kind of old school venues as well. There's a lot of kind of atmosphere and character there. But we go all out with the stage production as well, because I think sometimes, it can look kind of sparse, just the DJ on a huge stage.
I know what you mean.
So, they really, put that extra effort in to make the whole event have that production sheen,
And maybe kind of like this year or next year for the film. Or are you going to stick with this film, which is, what was it, a Nigerian rockabilly cab driver?
Yeah, that was.
See, you can't forget that. I think you've only told me once, and I've never forgotten the whole kind of concept.
I mean, that's like the feature-length script that I've written, but because the idea is so bizarre, it's kind of hard getting the
finance.
Yeah, the finance. So I'm working on some other ideas right now, but now this album's finished. I'm kind of going to focus on that.
Push for it, man.
I've been wanting to make a film since I was a kid, so I've got to do it.
Oh, that's just incredible. Just to finish a film, even if you do one film, that would just be an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
And as I said to you earlier, a black and white silent movie is cleaning up at the Oscars and the Golden Globes and all these big award ceremonies. So you never know, because how did they get finance for that? I mean, that's incredible. But anyway, listen, you've got an exclusive, which is great to hear. It's a track entitled Wish You Were Here. Tell us about this track.
Yeah, I think this is a track that will hopefully be up your street. I think it's got a bit of that kind of liquid funk sound to it.
Okay.
It's a track that I think sounds like maybe some of my older material, but this time there's no samples. I got kind of string players in. There's real cello in there.
What are you saying, man?
Yeah, I was on this album. I tried not to use any samples and kind of write all the music myself and then get people in to play it.
Wicked stuff, man. The final track from High Contrast tonight, exclusive. Track entitled Wish You Were Here. Straight after this, you're getting to see some of your Facebook shouts, and we've got Grooverider coming in, the show Invasion.
I hope you can still hear. Though you're far away, I wish you were here beside me. What more can I say? So listen every evening.
You knew I'd like that. You knew I'd like that.
Yeah, bro.
What's going on with that? That's just exclusive, yeah?
Yeah, that's an album track.
Wicked.
Yeah, it'll be out February 27th.
So, listen, man, you happy with the album?
Yeah, I am.
Because you've made so much great tracks, man, and so many great albums.
Thank you.
Do you ever feel like a little bit jaded, like a little bit like, oh, I don't know, I don't know what I'm actually hearing anymore? Do you ever feel like that as an artist?
I think that's why I kind of took so long to make this one. I just wanted to take a step back for a minute and then come back when it did feel fresh to me and that I felt I had something.
Because we all feel
to
it. I
say.
feel like that as a DJ sometimes. You have them nights. You have them nights, right? It doesn't matter how packed or how good it is. And you come back and you just feel a little empty, and you sit down and think, oh, I don't know, man. And then you have other nights that kind of like,
yeah,
you just feel that you were born to do this, man.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying.
But I think kind of meeting the fans, going out and meeting people in the crowd, that and you're speaking to people who it's all new to them. They've just gotten into it,
for sure.
and there's people who know me from, say, If We Ever or the Hometown Glory remix, and have no idea about Music Is Everything or Return of Forever, and
exactly.
that kind of blows my mind that they're not aware of all those tracks I've done in the past. But that's great that there's new generations coming through, and then kind of being on the lineups with new guys like Netsky, Cameron Crooked, Fred V and Graphics, the new generation, that kind of re-energizes me as well, and kind of rekindles my enthusiasm.
Exactly. I mean, those guys are young as well, and you remember the way you felt about. There's nothing like, I've been DJing for like nearly 30 years and it don't get me wrong, I love this game and I love the music and I'm still out there DJing, absolutely love it. But that feeling when you're young and you're doing it and you don't quite know what's going to happen, you don't know where your future lies, and and I see that with Cameron Crooked and Netsky, these guys, they never dreamed this would happen to them, and they're so kind of happy. And Cameron Crooked, I saw these guys, man, and their enthusiasm, I didn't even want to DJ after them. The smiles on their faces and the way they just enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's a joy to see that, man. So I suppose that must invigorate you, man.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I mean, I'll keep making tunes as long as I'm still inspired. If I ever feel I haven't got anything to say, then I'll drop out.
Close the doors, man.
I only ever make things that really come from my heart.
Absolutely. And that's the way it's always got to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's going to be happening next then? You're going to be doing this tour of the States, and what about Europe? Where can we catch you in the UK?
I think the next one in the UK is at Oxford.
Okay. Is that the Regal?
I think it's at the O2 Academy now in Oxford.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
And that's it, yeah? Is that your parting shot, is it?
Well, Brixton Academy is after that.
Yeah. Anyway, look at the hospital website, man, or look on your website.
HospitalityDMV.com.
Absolutely, man. You'll find out everything that's going on.
I'm not a promo man. I just make the music.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. One of them
exactly.
ones, yeah. Listen, High Contrast, so good to see you.
Great to be back.
As I said, the show's closing in about a month's time, so I had to get you on here because you've been a major part of the show, and I like to think the show has helped your career as well.
Oh, I mean, completely. Not least because starting out, all I wanted to do was to get one of my tunes played.
Yeah,
by,
I know.
by you
I remember
on the show. Like that was my goal in life. So.
I remember you coming on. The first time you came on, you was literally kind of like a ball of sweat. Do you know what I'm saying? You were so nervous, and you calmed down, and then after now, you were like a seasoned radio man, a radio personality. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's incredible. As I said, I was there at some of your first gigs, and to see what you've become now, I think it's a great thing. And
thank you,
best of luck for the album.
Thank you.
Best of luck on the road with the tour and everything. Big up to Tom and to Chris and to Josh and to last but not least Tony Coleman and everyone involved in the hospital. Done an amazing job. Thank you very much, High Contrast.
Thank you, mate. Much love.
Great stuff. The album, The Agony and The Ecstasy, is out on February the 27th. Great to see High Contrast. The last time he's ever going to be on the show, so it's a big moment. Big shout to him. Hope the album smashes it. Right, got a few Facebook shouts coming up. Big shout to Ian, Paz Martin, Adam Elliott, Narush Moltza, Callum Redham, Kyle MacDonald, Ronaldo David, and Sophie Alexander. Thank you very much for the love. Right, it's about that time. You know, Grooverider comes knocking. Yes, Groove, what's up, dog?
Back up, back up, back up. It's time for the Grooveriders show invasion.
All right, Fab, how you doing? Long time no see, sir. This week, let's go for some footwork. Let's try a track from DJ Pleasure, somebody who came to prominence last year, making some really big tunes. This is called Espanol. I play this for our Ibiza crew for later on in the year.
one.
Somebody make some noise for Fabio on BBC Radio 1.
Yes, yes, yes. The sound of Marker. Skeptical Dub Physics. Strategy. Still out there, still smashing up the place. Big shout to the Manchester Massive. Right, that is it. Time is up. Many thanks once again to the mighty High Contrast. Remember the album, The Agony and The Ecstasy, is out at the end of the month. Check it out. Coming up next, we've got Dev, then Moylesy's up after that. Big shout to the crew. It's James and Becky. Gonna love and leave you with a bit of jazz. Love this track. The sound of Easy Rollers alongside Paul SG. Track entitled Bloomers. Gonna be here in a couple of weeks' time. Remember, catch Grooverider. Or you'll catch me on Grooverider's show in the Show Invasion next week. Remember. See you in a couple of weeks.